श्वेत शतदल आसनी शुभ, सुमति का वरदान दो माँ। श्वेत शतदल आसनी शुभ, शक्ति दो नव भावना की, मेघ रस झरने लगे। कल्पना के विविध रंगी, इंद्रधनु सजने लगे। दो सकल व्यवधान वारधि, दो सकल व्यवधान वारधि। कर सके वो ज्ञान दो माँ। श्वेत शतदल आसनी शुभ, सुमति का वरदान दो माँ। श्वेत शतदल आसनी शुभ, जागरण संगीत गूंजे, देश सारा जग उठे। धर अधर पर मातृभू का, वंदना स्वर सज उठे। तिमिर की छाया मिटाकर, तिमिर की छाया मिटाकर। ज्योति का वरदान दो माँ। श्वेत शतदल आसनी शुभ, सुमति का वरदान दो माँ। श्वेत शतदल आसनी शुभ, श्वेत शतदल आसनी शुभ, श्वेत शतदल आसनी शुभ। थैंक यू।
Thank you so much. Well, now I would kindly request Professor K.N. Tripathi, our Vice Chancellor, to come here and give a welcome address.
Shri Navjeet Sidhu ji, the Member of the Parliament, Mr. M.S. Bitta, Vikas Ahuja, Mr. Rajiv Sahdeva, Honorable Chancellor, Shri Sunil Galgotia ji, Honorable Pro-Chancellor, Shri Madam Padmini ji, other invited guests, my dear students, parents, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all on the first Orientation Day program of Galgotias University. Galgotias are not a new name in the education. We all are aware. They have been in the field of education since many decades now, and they are known for quality education and have achieved many milestones and won many laurels in this field. Our Honorable Chancellor, Sri Sunil Galgotia ji, probably had a dream to expand the education in other fields which are socially relevant, like arts and commerce, languages, finance, and communication, library science, and all these things. To fulfill his dream, today we are here and we have in the form of Galgotias University. Galgotias University's one single aim is that to become the world-class university. And let me tell you that with a most competent faculty, which has been withdrawn from the best institutes of India and abroad, we will fulfill his dreams. And I, as a Vice Chancellor, I can assure you, dear students, that when you will come out of this university, you will be one of the finest citizens as well as the experts in your respective fields. My assurance will go a long way, and we have with us the most well-equipped laboratories, the classrooms which are equipped with modern and state-of-art education providing tools, and a wonderful library which you will love to have and go there. We also have made our syllabi, which is amalgamation of the syllabi of MIT as well as the Florida University. And of course, we have modified it little bit to suit our requirement and Indian environment. Dear students, when we have a fully flexible system, in the afternoon, our senior faculty will be briefing you about the concept of fully flexible system, but in brief, I can tell you that you will have freedom to choose the time slot you want to study. You will have the freedom to choose the electives. You will also have the freedom to choose your teachers. But let me remind you, dear students, that all these freedoms comes with a sense of responsibility and duty. And I'm sure with the input which we have, you will not be failing us in this. At the same time, we also expect you to be a most disciplined lot. I'm sorry, but as a Vice Chancellor, I must remind you that please go through the anti-ragging ordinance which must be there in your bag. This is a requirement of the Supreme Court. To assist you, we have a proctor, deputy proctor. We also have a dean students welfare. And the most important, every student is attached with a faculty advisor. I'm sure we will tell you who is your faculty advisor, who will help you in all the matters, including social and academic matters. I once again welcome you all and thank you for joining us in such a great number. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, sir. Now I kindly request Professor R. Sundaresan to kindly come and say a few words.
Honorable Chancellor of Galgotia University, esteemed delegates on the dais and off the dais, respected Vice Chancellor, respected directors, Professor Jha, Dean College of Engineering, GU, Galgotia University, faculty members, heads of the departments, press and media, parents, and my dear students. I deem it a great honor to extend a warm welcome to Galgotias University. Just for your information, I would like to give the number of universities existing in our country. All the universities are controlled by UGC, except Agricultural University. The different types of universities are central universities, existing in the number of 41, state universities established under the state government, 275, deemed to be universities, 130, private universities, 90, agricultural universities, which comes under Indian Council of Agricultural Research, 47, and then autonomous institution like IITs, IIScs, 65. So totally 602. So out of 602, how many universities are giving good quality of education? Not more than 20. So the Galgotia University was established. The main objective of the university is to impart quality education, training, and research at the undergraduate and postgraduate and doctoral levels in the various fields of engineering, science, and management. The Galgotia University has highly qualified and motivated faculty having vast teaching, research, and industry experience. They work most diligently towards synergizing theoretical knowledge and practical skills to promote all-round professional competence of these generation next engineers. The faculty is working with great enthusiasm for teaching, research, and training the students to make them able to cope up with the various requirements and challenges of the post-education. This Galgotia University covers all the core areas of today's industry requirements, including software, hardware, and core fields. The students of Galgotia University have various opportunities to work in any field of their choice in the industry as well as education after completion of their graduate and postgraduate courses. The whole idea is to make the students think 360 degrees. Therefore, we apply out-of-the-box teaching techniques to tackle problems innovatively and in a resource-saving way. The students are being equipped with all resources to be well placed as soon as they reach in their final semester, as well as the students have plenty of opportunities to do their higher studies in India as well as abroad after graduating. With academic excellence and a successful placement record of the Galgotia Educational Institution, the Galgotia University is turning dreams into reality, as well as the brilliance of the students-teacher combination leads in excellent results and top placement in the industries. I wish this Galgotia University should become within top 10 university in the coming years. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, sir. Now, everybody, I would kindly request our very own leader, a professor who is loved by everybody, Professor Renu Luthra, to kindly come and say a few words.
Our distinguished guests, Mr. M.S. Bitta, Mr. Navjot Singh Sidhu, Mr. Vikas Ahuja, Mr. Rajiv Sehdev, our Chancellor, Mr. Sunil Galgotia, Vice Chancellor, Professor Tripathi, Director GCET, Professor Sundareshan, Mrs. Galgotia, Mr. Dhruv Galgotia, and Ms. Aradhna Galgotia. And my dear parents, and above all, my dear students, a very good afternoon to you and a very warm welcome to the first orientation program of Galgotia's University. As I stand before you today, my heart fills with pride. Today, we are witnessing the birth of an institution, and I feel privileged to be part of it. It's once in a lifetime opportunity when one gets to see something being born. As I see the packed hall before me, the eager young faces assembled here today, I feel humbled. I feel humbled by the trust that you have reposed in us. You have trusted your career, your life to us. There is no better compliment that anybody can pay to someone than to tell him that he is trusted. So thank you. Thank you ever so much. I would like to dwell very briefly on a theme that you must have seen on our prospectus, a theme which will enable us to do things differently. We have talked about a thinking quotient. Why do we need to train to think? And why has Galgotia University taken it upon itself to train you to think? Ridiculous it may sound to some, thinking is as natural as breathing, walking. If I breathe naturally, I walk naturally, why do I need to train to think? The education system, not only in India, but in the rest of the world, has trained you for the IQ way of thinking, the intelligence quotient way of thinking. You have been rewarded for reproducing by rote what you have learned. And today, I stand before you to tell you, there will be a learning with a difference at the university. The learning will train you into independent thinkers, capable of taking decisions. And decision-making, mind you, is one of the skills most sought after by the companies you will be joining. Once again, I repeat the question, why do we need to train to think? A, because your skill in thinking will determine your happiness and success in your life. Because thinking and intelligence are quite separate. Some very intelligent people, very highly intelligent people, are very poor thinkers. In fact, they get themselves caught in the intelligence trap. Let me give you an example. Intelligence is like the horsepower of a car. Thinking is the skill of the driver of the car. And thirdly, because we at Galgotias strongly believe that thinking is a skill. What is a skill? Riding, swimming, cycling, these are skills. Skill is something that you acquire with practice. So we believe that thinking is a skill, and with adequate training and practice, we can become skilled thinkers. And that is why we have taken upon us the mantle of equipping you with this skill. There are a lot of people who are complacent about their thinking. They think there's nothing further regarding thinking than having a point in defending it. Now, coming to the moot point, how do we go about it? How do we go about developing this innate ability? Let me give you an example. Imagine there are two eagles. One has a very sharp eyesight, wonderful vision. The other one has a very poor eyesight. These eagles can thrive, can live on a diet of frogs, lizards, and mice. The eagle with the fine vision, the perfect vision, whenever it sees a frog, it swoops down, dives, and feeds itself. So fortunate is he in seeing the frog that he starts forgetting about the mice and the lizard. The eagle with the poor vision cannot see the frog. His concept of food is any small thing that moves. So when he swoops down at something moving, sometimes he gets a frog, sometimes he gets a lizard, sometimes he gets a mouse. What if one day there were no frogs? The eagle who's thriving on the frogs with that wonderful eyesight would die too. But the eagle which is thriving on lizards, mice, or frogs, whatever he can get, will live on because he has the flexibility. What is the message in this? You may think the eagle with the sharp eyesight is smarter. The one who is flexible is smarter. The message for you here is have a breadth of vision. Look after, pay attention to those blurred images that come into your mind. Precision is wonderful. You are trained to think precisely. We are going to at Galgotias untrain you. Don't focus only on the precision thinking. Focus on the hazy thinking, on the broad thinking. There are a lot of aspirant and engineers in this gathering. There was an experiment that was once carried out. About 100 budding engineers were given some wire and they were told to make a circuit. 97% of them sat down and said, we can't make this circuit. There's not enough wire. Only 3% of them said, let's find some alternate way to fix the circuit. So they found themselves a screwdriver and they fixed a circuit because they looked at alternatives. And believe me, it really pays sometimes, and it pays off wonderfully. You know, there was a statistics department, and this is a true incident. There's a statistics department in a South Indian university. They needed some dice for their experiments in statistics, dice, pasa. And the purchase committee turned down the request, saying, dice is meant for gambling. उससे तो जुआ खेलते हैं. एक somber, exalted university में एक dice की क्या जगह है? So the statistics professor was smart. He was like the eagle who had